once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am truly excited to get started again. Something seems off to me, though, in this visual, and I'll try to figure it out. It has something to do with the camera angle or something. Hopefully that's a little better. Sorry about the amateur hour, but you know what? To all of you who have found your way here already, thank you. This is an earlier time for me, but you know what? I'm flexible. I'm spontaneous. That's who Jack Talcott is. That's what it means to live without fear. This side, isn't it? That's what it means to live without fear. To live without regret is to make choices that you can live with. That's what I've been learning, man. I am fired up today, abundant with inspirations once again. And I know there's a lot going on in everyone's lives. There's a lot of options. Where do you do? When you have time, what do you do? And on YouTube, man, there's all sorts of crazy stuff you can find. There's probably other people talking about me right now. So for those of you who are here with me, thank you. And if you're just finding me because they're restreaming at some point or reviewing content, God bless you. At Jack Talcott is where it's at. There's something special happening here. And with that, I'm going to flow. I just realized I didn't get completely set up. Trying to get a lot done in limited time. Sometimes that doesn't always work out perfectly. But what I've been learning to do is to roll with the flow. And yesterday there was drama again in this ever-continuing saga of Jack Talcott. Midlife Bro Logic, salutes to you, my brother and friend. And to all of you guys, blessings. There's so many of you guys, really. The folks who are regular... Did I freeze, man? The folks who are regularly here, you guys are amazing, really. And let me get back to this, and then we'll get back to you, and I'll open it up for a conversation here pretty soon. And start where I start. In the background is what Jack's been learning, what it means to live without fear, to walk with faith and love. You get to rest in the peace that surpasses all understanding. It's indescribable what you can feel if you just allow yourself to feel. But that happens naturally anyway. But so here, for the adventure of life, what I'm living and what I want to encourage people to do is embrace the unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Embrace the unknown, for that is where your new adventures begin. Happy No Fear Friday to all of you. Thank you to you, whether you're here live or later. From a half a century. Holy crap. Time, man. Time is a trip. Jack Talcott was just a kid. I still feel like a kid. I'm still trying to figure things out like I was when I was a kid. And through all these years, though, I've learned some lessons, right? Half a century of life. And I am young. There's folks a lot older than me. Let's not distract. Let's get back on the topic, Jack. So, things I've learned through experience, it's simple, it's obvious, it's perfectly true. When you're honest, each day becomes an adventure into the unknown. You're armed with only what was known. What is known, unknown, that is God, man. You feel empowered when you know what you know, and you're not filled with memories and details like liars have to do. You can breathe freely when you're honest. And everyone is honest until they tell a lie. And then once they tell a lie, it's how long do they play the game of deception with themselves. It's fascinating. Human species are truly fascinating creatures, and I'm one of them. I've been studying me so closely, man, because I learned I am my own worst enemy. I will destroy myself. There's no danger around me. I'll imagine it and I'll create it just to feel like I'm doing something. When I get bored, people do that. Were you a stubborn child? I don't know. I'd honestly have to ask my mother. Which reminds me, I should give her a call. Thank you, Snow. I'll try to have an answer soon. Was I a stubborn child? I don't think I was. I felt like I was being very accommodating and whatever. Some ideas. The topic today, this idea of independence versus codependent, right? Took my notes and made them pretty today. This is beautiful. So, some ideas of independence. It's to be holy, to be set apart. Is this in here? Yeah. Independence versus codependence. Independence, being whole, being separate, being complete on your own, just in your own beingness, then you are independent from anyone else, any other system, any other whatever. There's so many ways to become codependent. When you're codependent, you're feeling incomplete. You rely on someone else to make you feel whole, to make you feel good, to make you feel safe. Someone else or something else. You've got a codependent relationship you want to look at. And it's really easy to build attachments to those things. And I'm speaking from experience. So understanding the idea between the two, the difference, you bring two independent people together in a relationship, man, that's where the magic happens. People who don't actually need each other, but they know their worth. That's where you get this interdependency, bringing a beauty and a balance. That's the natural order of life. I've been watching life, man. I've been paying attention, and truly, the holy, they are the ones who are blessed. Now, who are the holy? The holy are whole. They are the ones who share the blessings wherever they go. See, those who are blessed, they are complete within themselves. They lack nothing. They need nothing. But they're willing to offer, they're willing to share their blessings. So consider the value of becoming one of the blessed by becoming whole, united within your being, right? Ensuring, regulating the conflicts, resolving the conflicts, reconciling the conflicts within yourself so you don't have to go share them with everybody. Become blessed by becoming holy. You don't have to be perfect, but perfection is there. It's available for us all. Should we choose it and stop denying it? Perfection feels pretty friggin' wonderful in my mind. But anyway, back to this. The holy are blessed. The holy are whole. And the blessed are complete within themselves. They bring blessings everywhere they go. And life in life, where the blessed go, it touches others through their wholeness. Humans truly do learn through example. It's so clear to me now in so many ways. The example we share, the example of ourselves that we share with others is imprinted in the mind as in the category of human behavior, right? So we each need to be mindful and aware of what character are we showing to the world? What example of ourselves are we bringing? This is something this online life has certainly helped me to face. Being the idea of the blessed and of the holy. Where the blessed go, they bring their blessings. Who do you spend your time with? How do you spend your time? Are you amongst the blessed or the cursed? And what are you sharing with others, if you're honest? You can look at what you're sharing to yourself, but you got to be honest. It's up to each of us to become the master of the self, to become holy and united with God. It's so simple and easy for anyone. Tell you what, for anyone who wants to dig into what I'm talking about, as far as the simplicity, if you really want to know how simple life can be, give me a call. But it's really as simple as what I'm offering on publicly. It's the same thing, but I'm available to answer questions, that's for sure. Another thought I was considering today is the obvious. All that we know of, the technology, the internet, any bit of science, any bit of language, everything that we could possibly know of is from God through life. I invite yourself to join God more often in your life, just with pauses, brief pauses, moments of humble contemplation, grateful reflection. You do that a few times in your day, man. Holy cows, holy cows. You might be surprised at what happens with you. You might find yourself crazy like me, believing that it's time to change the world. I used to think it was up to me. Carried a lot of responsibility in my past. Today, it just feels good to breathe. To breathe and to be and to know that I am alive. And if you're listening to me, whether it's live or later, I'm no different than you. We're all in this together. I made a commitment to myself long ago, and I encourage anyone who's willing to do this. The rewards are it's worthy. Make a commitment to yourself. It's simple and it's obvious. Be truthful to what is true. Okay? But what is true right now in some cases may not be appropriate anymore. And maybe it's time to change what is true for the you that you see in the reflection of the mirror. That's a choice I made that's a choice I chose to make long ago. And there's many who think I've lost, I'm losing. There's many stories about this Jack Talcott character. They don't get it, dude. They don't get the value of what God has blessed me with. For I do intentionally. I seek to become holy. To be whole and divine, wouldn't that be just perfect? I mean, golly geez, I could only imagine if I could heal my eyes and my teeth and all this stuff just by the will and power of my mind, just because I was set apart from others. I've spent time thinking about those things, honestly. Hasn't happened yet. But I'm persistent. And you know what? Here, there's many reasons why I started the live stream early today. It wasn't to compete with anything else that was going on. For those who are interested, I believe Modern Men Lost Again, our friend Landry, who was here part of this journey, I believe he was live streaming when I started. So if anyone wants to share the link or head that way, I don't care. And as a matter of fact, for those who were here yesterday, or you heard the gossip and the rumor, well, from a text in the comments, I took the sign from what it said that Landry quit. He doesn't want to work with me anymore. And that was yesterday. And I don't fully understand. I believe he's inaccurate and incorrect. I tried talking about his views on things, but he wasn't really receptive or open. So that's fine. Some people just don't work together. And that's fine with me. But what I wanted to get to is my genuine gratitude to Modern Men Lost Again, for Landry, for what he brought to me, and whether it was improvement to my website already. That it's not huge changes from what was, but it's pretty huge changes from what was. It did not look good before, in my opinion, but it was what I had anyway. The livewithoutfear.com website. It's received a refreshment to the look. So I wanted to thank Landry for that. He also, through his encouragement, the initial ideas and the visit and all this, everything combined, I gained more confidence in raising my own standards for me, for what I will and will not accept. So until things changes, the usual characters, they're still on the list, right? What else did I want to thank him for? No, I think that was it. Well, everything else really. But moving forward, I tried communicating with him today. He invited me to join him on a live stream without comments. I didn't understand what I was going to. I clicked the link, and it is what it is. I had other options, and so I moved on. And in the other options, just a taste, just a hint, there's things happening very quickly, offline. The details aren't all together yet, and there's a perfect coming together, joining together, harmonizing together. There's everything wonderful is joining together just perfectly, in my opinion. Now, I've been wrong before, though, many times, but in this case, I'm excited. I am super excited about later today, and then where later today is going to lead as far as me and you, the viewer, those who are here and now with me in the live on the 22nd of August already, 2025. Holy cows. This year is flying by. We still have time to change the world in 2025. The year's been given to us. The rest was preparation, I guess. But tell you what, let me do this, because I also have an intended end time, and to give myself time. Join Jack today. Here we go. We'll go ahead and drop the link for those who are available and want to have some polite and civil, respectful conversations together. I'm open to many topics. I would love to talk about what I've already said or offered today, but I'm not so worried. And again, I know how I am. I know how I am. I don't always give a lot of attention to the chat, and I catch a lot of things later. What's the plan? I am that I am 420. I don't know what context your question is in. I've got many plans, many different directions. It depends on the timing, the opportunity, what resources, what connections become available. What plan are you referring to? Changing the world? Well, let's break that plan down. It seems pretty simple. A guy who has the brand and the message of live without fear wants to go head into the arena, so to say. I want to walk into the dragons, to the lion's den in Washington, D.C., straight into the president's office. If there was a way for me to do that on my own, I would have done that on my own. However, and the reason for that, right? The reason for Donald Trump and the men and women of Congress in Washington, D.C. is I don't know what news you have watched or have not seen, but what's happening in Washington, D.C., the United States, in Ukraine, in Palestine, in Uganda, in Sudan, in so many places of refugees and oppression, it's gone on long enough, don't you think? Don't you think it's time that someone who is willing to stand apart and be different? That's who I am. I want to speak to Donald Trump and the men and women of Congress because, well, this is what God is leading me to pursue. And I will not deny nor ignore that which seems logical, reasonable, practical, especially when human lives and the destruction, the further pollution of our glorious and beautiful Mother Earth. If there's any way to prevent that, join me. You know others who are better for the job. Help me talk to them. That way we get on the same page, we get on the same plan. I will give them everything I've got as far as my support, and I'll stop doing what I'm doing. Maybe not. I don't know. It depends on what the future brings. But brothers and sisters, rejoice and celebrate in the day, for today has been given to you by God, the one that is behind the source of the universe, the order, the perfect order of the planets and the stars, so perfect in its design that we can create calendars off of this, right? We schedule timetables for ourselves based on the planetary movements and this constant bright light in the sky. It's fucking fascinating. Excuse my language, please. I just think it's incredible that we get to be alive, and I spent so many years ungrateful for that fact. Golly geez, man, that's what destroys me, man. The way it was. And I fit right in. I fit right into the crowd, right? Because that's the topic of today, man. Codependency. You become codependent, incomplete. You're relying on other people. You're stuck in the crowd. You don't know what to do without other people telling you. Hey, here's a man who I believe walks at his own path as well. Our friend to the channel, Mr. Frank Monday. Welcome back, brother.
Greetings, Jack. Good to see you again, man. I was looking for you.
I appreciate that. Hey, Snafu Snaps, I see you in the back, my friend. And we were close. You were so close to getting on my stream again. And then you chose to send me all those texts last night and today. And I don't really want to deal with you here and now. So, Snafu, maybe another time or another place. So, what are you asking, modern man? I don't get it. Do you think I need? See, that is it, Landry. Feel free to hit the link if you'd like. Your stream bored me. So Frank is not here for the drama anyway. I know that
No, no,
about
not at
him.
all. Yeah, yeah.
So
I was over there paying attention a little bit while you were there, but it turned into torture. So I tuned out. But independence versus codependence, I was going to bring forward one idea on it. The fact that in the way of the Tao is, we learned about the idea of interdependence, right? Which is being independent and rather than codependent is trying to, collaborate and integrate and work together towards common goals.
here, leave yourself unmuted just for a moment, Mike or Frank. I'm turning up your microphone.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, testing, testing. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And just for a moment, I took something
Yeah, there
else.
was. Okay. Am I okay? Is my sound quality okay? I should have my
Yeah,
right microphone plugged in.
no, it's for me. It sounded soft, and it could have just been me. Sorry. The
No, no
Tao,
worries.
and
Yeah,
please,
interdependence.
interdependence. It is so beautiful and it's so perfect in its simplicity of design. The way that mankind is created to be, we do not live the way that we are created to be. This is not natural. This is why we live with so people live with so many diseases and all this problems. This is not we've mankind collectively, we are a species with amnesia. We've forgotten what is important in the world. Human life is important, but interdependence and the Tao. Um, I used to believe in this one side versus another. I used to believe in all sorts of different things in the past. This is why I think my path has been like this. Throughout so many times in my life, things happen. I was like, this is unbelievable. Why me? What is going on? I accept the loss. I move forward. I heal. I whatever, right? Starting over has been a repeated pattern in my life, and I'm pretty sure it's a message for humanity. It's time to start over, do things a better way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You had asked on the last few shows, in fact, 3 or 4 different times, you've asked about people that we value and honor as heroes in our lives. And I thought of someone recently that has been receiving some media attention, and I thought I might mention it. But there have been a lot of suggestions to you personally, like how you can change the show to make it more palatable to a broader audience and grow and stuff like this. And it never really reflects like in the numbers or the videos too much getting out there. And I thought fundamentally, you be Jack. I don't think you have to do anything special. I think that your monologues and your PPTs, they can stand alone as videos without like you could do both at the same time is what I mean. Um, and because you're clear, concise, and your themes sum up the notes, your notes for the day. They 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 have the direct message that you're looking to convey to your audience, and a lot of people are tuning in. I think just for that, right? But if I might mention him, it's Louis Rossman. He's got around 3 million subs. He gets anywhere from 500,000 to 3.5 million per video. And he's an activist like you. And he's nothing but a man and a microphone. He's got zero production value. He just puts his ideas into clear, concise 15 to 20-minute videos, maybe twice or 3 times a week. And he reaches a very large audience. So I don't think you need the bells and whistles, Jack. I think you just need to keep doing you and maybe separate the two. Maybe once or twice a week, do a couple of videos that concise the brevity and summarize your message. And a thought, anyway. And even Asmongold will cover Louis Rossman, and you might watch a few of Louis Rossman's videos in order to get a feel for the kind of the way that he pieces those together, because they're very straightforward, very easy to do. Like I said, no bells and whistles, and they resound with great impact.
Well, it sounds like he's also someone I'd love to talk to. Because here's the interesting thing about about our fellow whatever they are. Um, Sorry, now I
Yeah,
took us off. What was
yeah,
it?
no worries.
Summarize what you
The
said.
minions, the
The,
minions of
the,
Team Evil.
the guy with the big viewers, low production value. I saw you did a post about him, and I meant to look it up. I had a busy day today. Things kind of things changed, and
Yeah, not to worry. Take your time. No rush.
but but something about me is I am always willing to help another up, right? To give someone a hand and help them up so that they can overcome their challenge, or to help someone's life be better. And that's why I believe in cross promotion, right? So I'm hoping to find a creator like me who's unlike me in that they're successful, right? They've got the viewers, they got the attention of others. And if they can just have a serious conversation with me, that would open up incredible opportunities. But then that's why I put the shout out that I think some could potentially very easily achievable conversations could be had. Uh, Jim Bob, Andrew Wilson, um, Anton Daniels. Those were the three that I'd mentioned recently.
Yeah, yeah,
But
absolutely. I remember. I think those are good ideas too. And his thing, like in watching him over the years, I've been watching Rossman for a number of years as well. His basic angle is right to repair, and he works in the tech field, right? But he
beautiful.
did it. He did everything. He did everything that you want to do, like meeting with Congress and community meetings and stuff like that. And he went from a grassroots level all the way to like I said, very very high impact following and influence in the realm of right to repair. So he's one person that if I were on that path, I would definitely seek to emulate him.
Well, I'll seek to see if he's got any free guidance he's willing to share with me. I'm going to investigate him, Frank. I appreciate the idea. Hey, you know what? This is funny, right? I know. He doesn't take me seriously. Most people don't. Our friend Paul Unslaved, Landry, oh, so many others. Illumitami, so many. Margot, so many people don't take me seriously. I don't care. I've extended the invitation and the offer for people who want to talk about the philosophies of politics, economics, and religion. I'm ready at a moment's notice, to be honest, and I'm purposefully doing it for the hopes and opportunities to grow. Hey, we've got another guest here in the back, Frank. Frank, you got anything before I bring him up?
Yeah, I would just say you like in emulating those who we admire, right? Like they tend to avoid the pathos or the emotional ploys and stick mostly to logos and ethos. And I think you've got both. You've got a clear message and you have credibility in and stick to that. You know, you've got the foundation of your service to the public realm, and then you've got the ideas that you've built upon that. I think that's the where the clarity of your message lies.
The This is the other thing. Here, let's see where this goes today. I'm curious. Welcome back, Cage. How are you today?
Back to the welcome. How you doing? Everyone good? The
Yeah.
ethos, the pathos, and the logos. Yeah, we can get into that. That's interesting.
Hey, Cage. It's not something I. Anything else you want to talk about? I don't feel
Just
like
relevant to the
discussing.
conversation, man. I'll mute. I just want to hear what's going on. My bad.
Okay. All right. Um. So here, sorry, I did get distracted by the chat as well. It's just so many people, and I don't mean to ignore you guys here. Sorry about that. But this question: who takes Jim Bob seriously? I mean, really, I get it. I get it. However, he attracts live viewers far greater than me. He has an incredible gift of communication. He's learned how to argue and debate very well. However, we live in a corrupted world, and not everybody fully understands the things that they say. I've been guilty of that in the past, and well, I don't think I'm guilty of it today. But the purpose of having conversations with people who are well versed in politics, economics, and religion, particularly of the Christian denominations, um, those people already have a foundation and and a level of understanding in ways that might be greater than my own. So if we can just have a polite conversation, we've got opportunities to not only do they draw greater viewers, they also have greater connections than old Jack Talcott does. My old connections still ignore me. So it's all about networking. I'm open and honest about what I'm doing, but I admire his communication skill, to briefly answer that question.
That was a good brief on the question. Do we got a nicotine pouch in the mouth or what?
Another one I would
Yeah.
recommend Jack to reach out to is Mark Sargent with Strange World. He schedules his interviews about 2 or 3 months in advance, so it does, it takes time in order to build to it. But yeah, he's open, and he definitely likes to do interviews of this nature. He's very interested in the paranormal and the high strange. He's got about 100,000 subs, so it's one place to
But
look.
Jack, what about the email I sent you with 9 different options to communicate?
Yeah, those 9 different options, I didn't see a lot of. Tell you what, I didn't properly explore it, if I'm honest, Cage.
All right, so why not? Because I think that could actually, like, you ask for help, and then when somebody
Hey,
actually puts their
Cage.
time,
Hey, Cage. Is
dude,
there anything preventing you from doing it on your own? You have all the
it's
information.
not my goal. It's your goal, bro.
Okay, great. Your goal is for me to follow my goal your way. Please stop
No, it has
bringing
nothing
it
to do with
back.
my way. It's your way, man.
Cage, you're totally missing the point, man. Again,
You
please.
said you never investigated. You admitted it.
What do you feel you just achieved? Help me understand my flaws.
Bro, like,
You found.
nothing of value comes easy. All right, so if you don't
Cage,
want to put that, all right.
you didn't answer my question.
Buddy, you asked for fucking you want people to work with you, and I put 45 minutes of 2 people's times into that. Sent it to you, and you disregarded it. I don't get it. Like, what do you want, bro?
45 minutes after I've committed my whole life, everything I've got into this. You're 45 minutes. God bless, Cage. Let me be honest.
It's 2 people.
Let me be honest, and please, I've said this before. You know what? I don't have to explain myself to you, you ignorant fool. For the viewers, however, to those who were involved in this email that he's referring to, thank you for your time, for the incredible effort AI and you combined produced for me to follow, right? To give you went to AI together and you fed in the information, and I greatly respect and appreciate that idea. Now, you used whatever memories you had too of people who may have matched veteran and YouTube, or veteran and something, and you said, yeah, Jack aligns with that. And so I looked at a couple of the links for a few moments. I didn't just ignore completely your 45-minute, 90-minute contribution. Please. When it becomes of value, or I find out when it becomes time. It hasn't been time, Cage. And I'm tired of you pestering me with that idiocy. And then you join here thinking you're just going to hang out and talk about what you want to talk about. And I watch you go into other places talking about me, dude. Not anymore, Cage. It's time to grow up. You know how to reach me privately as well.
Yeah, I would just follow that up with support those who support you, respect those who respect you, and just ignore the rest. I mean, they're so engaged in whatever's going on with that it can be very troubling.
Well, here in Cage's, I did that. Someone else showed up I don't recognize, but Cage's intentions, I believe, are honest. I truly believe that, and the person who helped him, I believe they're
I
sincere
agree.
in their intentions that they want me to succeed. Now,
I agree with that. Yeah.
why they think that that's all that needs to happen is tell Jack what to do and he can follow through with the instructions from there. Well, your path is not my path. What I'm
Right. And
inviting, oh, please go ahead, Frank, please.
oh, sorry. I was just going to say I've fallen into that shortcoming too. I mean, guide the course of the zeitgeist, stay ahead of the curve, and just try to ignore the low level, do nothing, opinion based suggestions, and you do you because you're doing the right thing. That just, there needs to be a way to have the next breakthrough. You're doing the work, the work is getting done, and the other things will follow, but you can't lust for results. You know, it's been admonished that we should not lust for results, do the work, establish the virtue, and all else follows. But yeah,
Hey, if this is the real grounded extracts, I think I'm a huge fan of yours and your editing. I don't know if we've ever talked, but I think that's you. Um, welcome to you. The uh, sorry, Frank. Oh, I've got a guest in the back. I'll take a momentary chance since I.
yeah, no worries. You also said there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you should maybe update us on if you have a chance.
The guest chose to leave. Um, Cage is still in the back. Now the details have been talked about already. Some of the things I'm excited for. There will be written content coming from Jack Talcott, right? The intention is to share a book. Not everyone learns through video, audio. Um, here, I won't require them to cam up, but let's see. Mr. B or Miss B.
Hello? Hello? Is this the Jack Talcott show? Hello?
Well, this is Jack Talcott. How can I help you?
Hi, Jack. How's it going?
How can I help you?
What you doing today?
I'm not here for pleasantries. How can I help you?
I'm here for some life coaching.
I think you're lying. I think you're playing
Listen,
games.
I heard.
All right.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you ever saw Crank Yankers back in the day, but that was like special ed on Crank Yankers. It's all about crank calling people in real time. I don't know, kind of a funny MTV comedy network type thing. Anyway, irrelevant. Um, so yeah, you've got things going on in the background that are keeping you busy, and you're excited about some upcoming releases.
Yes. So, with or without with or without Landry's participation, I have full intentions of success. Now, success in the goals in which I'm going, the logical conclusion is documentaries and books about my story. Now, the book I'm talking about first is just to share some powerful, short, brief, right? Even maybe a free PDF version. I don't know. I want to do more. And doing more on my own didn't seem appealing, right? Because on my own, I'm doing just fine. I don't need to do more. But I know that there's a lot more from me that's available. So I'm excited about the upcoming book form, written forms that we'll be joining. I'm excited that the website is on its direction towards improvement as well, starting with Live Without Fear, and then we'll swing back to Jack Talcott again some point in the future. But I'm dead serious, real serious. I'm 1000% in on this Team Live Without Fear, Team Talcott. Those right now, I have no money. Not going to lie. I'm not paying anybody. But those who have talents, maybe a few moments, some time, some ideas, some things that might really be helpful, I'm inviting you to join. Bring whatever talents, connections you're willing to share, and let's do something together, something that truly changes the world. I ain't in this for the money. I'm sure not doing it for the fame. Look at what it's resulted in. A mockery. But this is God's design, and it makes perfect sense. When you bring God into the equation, the mysterious, the unknown, divine, the perfection that brings forth the day, you bring that into the equation and you accept that everything happens based upon a perfect order. There's a perfection to everything, and you got to figure it out. That's what I told myself. So I started figuring out, what is the perfect story for Jack Talcott, a guy who served the military as a kid to get a paycheck. Then he found honor in public service for a paycheck at the United States Postal Service, but learned along the way, how to fight without violence. I've been studying and developing my abilities to communicate, both written and orally. So what do I do like that? I looked at my union job, said, what am I doing? Well, I'm being an advocate. I'm an advocate for the truth. I'm an advocate for justice. I've been doing that a long time. I believe in those things. Well, when I look at the United States government, the corruption that led to Donald Trump sitting in the White House, leading this nation, I felt some shame. I felt some shame about serving this nation of America in the military. And, well, anyway, the point is, the life I'm living, the life you are living, it's been created by God. Hey, Nicholas Red Pill, it's not looking real appealing to me. The way you're set up. Not going to happen. I don't know you, and today's not the day.
Yeah, and you're right. That's what the story is. It's, the Jack Talcott story. That's where I think the meat of the thing lies too. People are interested in the story and they want to know the man and the legacy that you leave behind. A couple of thoughts from my father when I was a kid, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Birds of a feather flock together. You're going to have to start rubbing elbows with the right folks in order to get elevated to that position where your voice can be heard by a crowd that actually matters, not the minions of Team Evil out in Chatterland.
Yes. Yes, and this is something I had to realize about myself for a while. Hey, sorry, man. I'm that was what it looked like. So I'm not really here for entertaining trolls today. Some days I am. Some days I'll play along, but not today. I've grown old with it, and look at what it's got me. People don't respect me. I was disappointed that Landry chose to do what he did, but I honor him and his path. He gets to do what he does, and I hope he's having fun, him and Paul and whatever. But as far as this panel verse toxicity and hangout spot, I'm pretty done with it. That's what I keep saying, but I know there's many people who support that choice for me. You as well, Frank. Because it is what's best. Oh, the idea, the Team Talcott, Team Live Without Fear, whatever we call it. I've envisioned so many glorious ideas, the possibilities of what could happen with the achievement and success of these goals. These goals being the big ones. We find a way to communicate with Donald Trump, the urgency, the importance, and the immediate option of ceasefire throughout the world. He can take the credit. He can just, I don't care. It's really God doing it all, but we're the ones who create it. Hey, Andy, thank you for that. And for, well, I don't mean to, it's not doxing if it's true. So, Andy, thank you. That's, I think, in reference to that, the guest I wouldn't actually let up. Holy cows, Frank. The things I see myself doing sometimes, it's like, what is going on, dude? What is going on?
Well, yeah, at a couple of points. I mean, he was behind the scenes and he was coming on with an affected voice. He wasn't using his natural, legitimate voice, which is a red flag.
This is a different character, Frank. The name that I said, whatever it was. He's laid back in bed with a pillow over his midsection. I'm like, no. And the camera down below the waist. That's just foolishness.
Yeah, and I've noticed the more steam you gather, the more likely someone is to try to get you a community strike. So yeah, they violate TOS intentionally.
This is what the devil would do, is it not? Strike against those who shine. Speaking of that, Snafu's in the back. I've said no. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh my gosh. See, there's so much I don't catch. I do pay attention and I'm pretty quick with my mind, but there's so much I'm just slow at. Thank you for Tori. It's a name for a prank phone call. Someone called and asked him to call out Nick Gertz. Got it.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that. I would think knickers, like pants or trousers.
And Brown's boy, I don't know how many friggin' accounts you've got, kid, but seriously. And Snafu in the back, just what is up with these people, Frank? I'm telling you, here, I have this idea, and I don't care how good ideas get done. I just believe good ideas should get done. And there is a fun idea for any psychology university students, professors, right? They do a case study of human behavior from the live streaming little panel, this circus we've got going on around us. They call the Panelverse. I think some psychology students could have a great time studying this and coming out with different views. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, yeah, I think you nailed it. I think that's what's going on in real time. We're just unaware, like the rats in the cage.
Actually, Frank, this is exactly what I have been doing. When I'm watching, I'm paying attention and I'm wondering and listening, and it's all coming together. I've learned so much about human behavior, and especially my own, right? Because I'm the one I'm really paying attention to. So I've learned a lot, and I'm all about ways of learning that could be fun. And not only that, but doing something like that would be an incredible way to get us some attention too. Really easy. Value for value. That's the way of the new world. We share value with each other. It's that simple. That's what honest people could, maybe should do.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of defined my early life when I got out of college and started on my career path, is to be an added value person no matter where you go, always trying to bring something extra, add some value, pick up a little, throw some trash away, whatever it takes. Small actions build up over time.
That's exactly right. If everyone did a little bit more, there would be drastic improvement in everything. It's that simple. If everyone did a little bit more, there'd be a drastic improvement. We'd watch things transform if everyone just did a little bit more of good things. Being like Jesus, being kind, being considerate, respectful, being a blessing wherever you go. Wherever you go, paying attention, observing, finding the greatest need for the moment or the experience, and then bringing that out, capturing it, sharing it, right?
Yeah, do a little more to add value and do a little less of the childish behavior. And it's okay to be childlike and in awe, but it's the childishness that is not helping us.
That, my brother, you're right, Frank. However, for some of us, it's actually worked. It's been a benefit. Because honestly, the lesson that I took away, and if in fact the lessons of my life are meant for mankind generically as a whole, right? We're here to have more laughter, more play. And actually, the more I've been thinking about it, it makes perfect sense. The more faith you have, the less fears there are. You live without fear and with faith. You know that everything is perfect. Damn, now I forgot where I started. Sorry.
Yeah, the laughter, bringing some
Laughter.
joy to your life.
Thank you. Laughter. Without worry, it's easy to laugh. And like children, laughter is the best medicine. Laugh if you can laugh and play as you learn, that's going to retain the memories more. There's so much study and data that supports all of these things, and all of these things are just logical. It makes sense. It's like, yeah, no. Do we need to study that to prove that kids should be playing as they're learning? I think that's pretty well known these days. I hope it is. I haven't been to a school in, God, decades. Fuck, I'm old. I am not old.
Yeah, you're not that old, man.
I am filled with youth and vibrancy, man. And I feel my way through life. Brothers and sisters, seriously, a book of many keys by Jack Talcott. That's the current working title of the book. Because I keep saying there's all these keys, but it really is. It's as simple. You start doing this, and this key transforms. It opens the door. Everything shifts. Everything, magic happens, man. What was the key I was going to share?
The laughter.
It was something about that, but my I've been learning how to laugh and have fun in life. This online experience really helped me learn the importance of that. Because if you don't laugh at yourself and at others, what others do, even if it hurts, even if it's sad and it hurts you and it saddens you, if you can laugh at you and them, then you're having fun, right? It's that simple, man. Holy cows, that would be tough for me. Lose my keys as often as you lose your train of thought. Hey, in our poll, there is no stopping, Jackie boy. Not since God opened my mind and heart, allowed me to find a wholeness in myself, knowing that I need nothing, I need no one anymore. Helps me recognize that anyone who joins me, they either appreciate me or they can walk out the door. I don't care, right? So Landry didn't find appreciation with me. He found doubts and all these criticisms, like many others. But guys, God is waiting for us. Our lives can drastically improve simply by giving God, the idea of a power far greater than you, giving that some thought from time to time, more often. And then I tell you what, if you're anything like I am, which you probably are, we're all designed pretty much the same book, but once you get a taste for what God has to offer, a relationship with that peace that's beyond understanding, man, it's easy to embrace the unknown when you're coming from a place of peace that only you know, because in the end it's only you. It's just bizarre. It's a paradox. It doesn't matter as much as people think, but everything does matter in its own way. I'm hearing myself, Frank, and I understand why people get confused by me. My double speak, it sounds like.
Well, no, you're engaging in spiritual cultivation in real time, and that's what it looks like, right?
Thank you for observing it like that, because that is what it is. A lot when I go live, I just kind of tune in to my heart, my mind, the notes that I've made, and I tune in and let the consciousness of what I know flow through me. And I do this offline as well. This is kind of part of the reason I started doing live streams, is because I found myself talking to myself anyway. And I was laughing so much about the thoughts and the conversations I was having, just me and God. Oh, my days are filled with laughter. For those who want to call me a liar, Jack doesn't live without fear, you have no clue. No clue. Because Jack lives with the peace of God, known in my mind, experienced in my heart. There's no denying what I know. And I know God to be true. And I would like to help Donald Trump and the other men and women of Congress, because I don't know God's will for you or me or anything. I don't know any of that stuff, other than for us to be at peace, to be with love as, the Savior, as the one. Jesus was the one chosen for his life. You were chosen for yours. I was chosen for mine. There were choices made for us to get here on earth. We made choices throughout our lives. But in the end, when it all comes down to it, did you really decide, or was that God's plan for you? How do you know? And who do you judge? And why should you judge? Do not judge. It's foolish to judge another based on what you think. Anyway, now I'm turning it into something else. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and you've chosen the difficult of the more difficult of the two paths. If you were out there banging the war drum, you'd have a ton of support, right? The fact that you're trying to call for peace, which is what we need, that's the salvation, is peace in this realm. I just came back from a wonderful vacation down in Suzhou, and I saw some of the most beautiful people on earth, some wonderful gardens and environments, and living in peace and having that interdependence in society. People can throw as much judgment on the Chinese as they want, but in some ways they've got their society figured out, and peace reigns in the realm here for the most part. It was a wonderful thing.
That is wonderful. And that would be a really cool, I'd love to experience something like that myself. And Frank, I do intend on traveling. I mean, my invitation for Team Live Without Fear, the idea is, ever since I started thinking these ideas, is worldwide. I mean, my ideas are intended for worldwide change, worldwide transformation.
If you do come to China in the future, I would suggest this first and foremost. If you come during when school's on summer break or winter break, that's when I would be fully available to you. And I would be an indispensable guide in this country. I speak fluent Mandarin. I know it like the back of my hand, and I would be more than happy to spend 24/7 cruising around with you and showing you the sights. But it'd have to be when I'm off from school.
Frank, when it gets closer to that, we will be in communication for sure, because I would have a blast traveling and with you. Yes.
And I could guarantee you a plentitude of vegetarian, not necessarily vegan, but at least vegetarian food across the country.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, here's the deal. To get there, I got to find some success. And I'm willing to go there if it helps me find success. That's what I thought I was doing in Dallas. I can't say that, well, I don't want to, seeds were planted for success, and every day brings new growth for us all.
Well, here's what I can do then, Jack. Let's keep in touch. My semester's starting, in fact, on Monday. I go back to school on Monday. And I'm going to keep you in my thoughts and prayers, man. And I'm going to look for ways and opportunities. And when I find things that are of interest, I'll send you an email. I won't jump on here because I can only come on, maybe one day a week when I'm actually at school. But yeah, I'll be looking out for you, man. And hopefully I can find some way to bridge the gap and bring you over for a fun time and a profitable and beneficial one.
I love the idea. Hey, Frank, I'm looking at the time, thinking of my future plans for today. I think I'm ready to start wrapping up. You got anything to share before you take off?
Just good magic, and thanks for having me up. Good to see you again, Jack. And I'm glad you didn't disappear.
No. Hey, much love. And this is Frank Monday, and he does channel, he does streams, he shares some wisdom, some fun over on his channel as well. So Frank, if you're able, or if one of the mods are willing, please share and promote. But as usual, what I do try and do as well is in the description, try to edit in the people. So if you find a guest you're interested and you want to look them up, see if it's there yet, especially if you're watching later. If you're watching later, and for those who are willing at any time, please, if you're watching any of the Jack Talcott streams and you find a time where it's fun, it's of value, go ahead and leave the time stamp in the comments. Helps others find those things too. It'll help me and this Live Without Fear team as it is joining together, because we are ground floor. Everything starts at the ground floor. Everything starts at the beginning. And you can put off starting if you don't have all the tools and you don't have all the answers. You can put it off for any reason you want. I ain't putting nothing off. I am living life, and I am celebrating God and all that God has offered forth to me. Because did you know the entire world was given to you today? Not just you, but it is yours to claim. I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I covered the ideas. We drifted a lot of things. Independence versus codependence. The purpose and the answer is interdependence. Become whole and holy and whole in your beingness, and set yourself apart from others. It's easy to do, maybe complicated to explain, but it's really not. I'm going to wrap it up here, and more surprises are here to come. Thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Peace. Oops.